The sheriff's department there says this isn't the first time this suspect has faced some domestic charges.
Yeah, that's right. The sheriff described it as a bad situation that could have been even worse. Stephen Pempo joins us in the studio with the story. Stephen.
Andrea Winston, that's right. Sheriff Kevin Crook says that Gregory Coker Jr. had a misdemeanor domestic charge in 2017. But the sheriff says that a felony aggravated domestic violence charge involves life-threatening danger, which is what he says a woman allegedly escaped from Sunday night.
At some point in the night, it turned bad and was headed in a really bad direction. Luckily, she was able to get a phone and get out of the house.
Monroe County Sheriff Kevin Crook says that's how his deputies found a woman in need of medical attention on foot and on her own Sunday night.
I can say there were bruises throughout her body.
Sheriff Crook says they got a 911 call from the woman Sunday and found her in Smithville in the area of Parham Store and Fire Tower Roads. The sheriff says the victim drove to her ex's home earlier Sunday evening, but he allegedly slashed her tires and would not let her leave.
Holding somebody against their will, or you're confining somebody into a space, or you're tying them up, or you're even just locking them in a room. I mean, you're keeping them from leaving. That's a kidnapping.
The sheriff says their SWAT team surrounded the home of Gregory Coker Jr. Monday morning.
Saw signs of children, toys and things in the yard. We checked and made sure those kids were in school, and that there wasn't any surprises in the house.
He says they arrested Coker without incident, but they found several shotguns, rifles, and pistols in his house and truck.
I don't know which or if any of those weapons were used to threaten the victim with, or if they were used at all. We were just thankful that they weren't used in the arrest.
The sheriff says that based on the woman's condition, they charged Coker with aggravated domestic violence.
Much greater danger of life or threatening of life, or possibility of the loss of life, based off of the assessment of her physical situation and then what the investigators were able to get as far as information on what had happened. That's where the aggravated charge stemmed from. I can't really get into the details of it.
Sheriff Crook says that Coker is being held on a $175,000 bond, and this is an ongoing investigation. But he also says the victim has been treated and released from the hospital.